Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout on Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Rainier Avenue Radio is your community radio station and digital media hub. We are proud to serve Greater Seattle with opportunities to engage with critical issues, compelling stories, and quality entertainment. You'll hear shows like BK Presents Radio Podcast and also other shows including music, sports, local and national news, and exciting talk shows which include political, current events, diverse languages, and excellent program created by members of our communities, and will continue to broadcast live from our communities. We are a 24/7 radio station and multimedia network dedicated to amplifying diverse voices of our communities, providers of digital media training to community members to become their own content creators. Watch Rainier Avenue Radio.world. Watch us live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Listen on Rainier Avenue Radio.world on TuneIn and Amazon Alexa. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Also, we're available at Rainier Avenue Radio.world or follow us at Twitter at Rainier Avenue Radio. Hello, everybody. This is BK International Talent Scout of BK Presents Radio Podcast. I will be doing a special teaching called Anger versus Trust in Relationships. So I will be talking from Celebrate Recovery, Freedom from Anger, the problem and solutions for men, women, and couples in interpersonal relationships. Let's get started in Freedom from Anger. Let's talk about this unique problem that we have. As women or men or couples who struggle with anger, we may not recognize that our anger has foundations in other basic emotions, usually fear, pain. These basic emotions may come damaged as adults or when we are children. Some of us may have been abused or neglected. Others may have lost a parent or a loved one by their death. Many of us may have been abused or cheated on by a spouse or significant other. Let me read these last two paragraphs. Many of us feel intense shame and guilt over the actions we have committed. During our unhealthy expressions of anger, we have vowed to never act that way again, only to find ourselves in the same situation, unable to change it under our own power. Anger has confused us, gotten the better of us, time and time again. Some of us did not understand that anger is a God-given emotion that we can use in a healthy, productive way. Being angry meant that we are bad, somehow faulty, even that we were not Christians. We have allowed our shame and guilt to create false beliefs that we could not turn to God for His comfort, His strength, His guidance. Did not feel worthy of His help or love. We remain stuck in using anger as a coping mechanism and to get the desired results from others. Let's talk about the solution. Evaluate the anger. Anger is one of our 10 basic God-given emotions. Emotions can be constructive or deconstructive. Depending upon our response, the focus of this group is on giving Jesus a nanosecond, giving Jesus a moment, Giving yourself time to breathe, think before we respond. To help me use all my emotions according to God's design for my life, for my interaction, and for my pattern of change in relating to responsibilities and people we love. In both healthy and necessary to feel anger, to talk about my anger, I should recognize anger as my own emotion. Avoid hurting the people we love the most, keeping my anger as a feeling, not an action. Looking at anger as a feeling may also reveal hurt, habit, hang-up that is hiding behind the anger. Is it what I do with my feelings that will allow me to fail or fall? I need to check the motives of my behavior. Rudeness under disguise of being honest is still rudeness. There are two kinds of anger: healthy, adaptive anger, and unhealthy, needless anger. Healthy anger is based on being protective of myself and others. Unhealthy, needless anger is based on my resentment, which leads to desiring revenge. Recognizing and accepting my responsibility for unhealthy, needless anger is the first step towards true freedom from anger. Daily quiet time with God. Anger causes me to live in conflict and not in peace. I will try that God is in charge of my life. He loves me unconditionally. I will commit to having a quality time with God in the morning, afternoon, evening, or late at night. Taking a time out. When I feel my body arousal, I need to recognize that is a sign that I'm getting angry. I will use a timeout to isolate myself from the trigger for my anger and to prevent the anger from becoming too intense. I will ask myself, is this making me angry? How is this triggering me? I will appease the situation to keep my behavior under control. I will do something physical to release the adrenaline rush and angry in a healthy way, such as going for a walk or cleaning a closet. I will avoid alcohol, caffeine, and other medicating substances during time out. Looking at anger as a feeling may also reveal a larger hurt, habit, or hang-up that is hiding behind the anger. Confronting in love after the timeout, I will go back and deal with what made me angry. If I leave an issue unresolved, it is likely to return. I will not use the confrontation as an opportunity to blame, shame, or seek revenge, or to rationalize my anger. Examples of confronting in love while stating my feelings are, I love you, here's how this action makes me feel, or I feel devalued when this is said or done. Work the 12 steps and connect with others. I will commit to working the 12 steps, to attend regularly the celebrating, recovering meetings, and to getting an accountability partner for my anger management. We strongly suggest each person obtain a life recovery Bible and participate in guided communication in groups, which are tools for use in Celebrate Recovery. Then comes forgiveness. I will become willing to forgive myself and others. The Lord forgave you, so you must be willing to forgive others. Colossians 3:13. Forgiveness is not forgetting what has happened. Forgiveness is changing the way I think. Forgiveness is my giving up my desire for revenge. Self-control. Self-control is a mark of spiritual maturity. while giving in an outward anger raging, or giving the silent treatment stuffing, denotes the exact opposite. I will ask myself before I speak, is this true? Is this kind? And is this necessary? My emotions are my own choice. I can choose to be positive in my communication, to not withhold approval, acceptance, and affection in interpersonal relationships, to not withhold my presence, to choose equality rather than giving false priority, feelings of false inferiority feelings. That is an excerpt of a special teaching from Celebrate Recovery. Freedom from anger, the problem and the solution for women, men, and couples. Let's go into the teaching about trust, and then I'm going to be reading from a book called The Way to Happiness, a common sense guide to better living. Let's talk about rebuilding trust. Let's talk about rebuilding love. Let's talk about rebuilding healthy interactions. Trust is heartwarming. It allows us to believe in others and to open up to them. As we learn to love, we learn to trust, or we learn to distrust. Trust is a major part in the foundation of interpersonal relationships between family, friends, and associates. Initially, trust may be easy to come by. However, once broken, it can be lost and destroyed by a single moment of betrayal. And in the fraction of a second, all hope, security can be lost if a relationship is plagued by suspicion and fear. Focus on identifying what trust-building behaviors are. Do you know what trust-building behaviors are? Do you know what trust-building behaviors look like? Number 2, be willing to exert significant amounts of energy, time, and demonstration in trust-building behaviors. And number 3, be consistent. Stay on track. Don't give up in building trust-building behaviors. Don't give in to not building trust behaviors. Be able to do this will help us bring the journey of rebuilding trust in our interpersonal relationships. The trust that others put in us should never be taken lightly. Abusing and breaking trust is like snatching the rug right out from under the relationship, the friendship, or the association with ourselves and with those we claim to love. Rebuilding trust is always doable. Rebuilding love is always doable. It takes work on a daily basis to rebuild trust, to rebuild love. It takes time and commitment and dedication to rebuild trust and to rebuild love in an interpersonal relationship. Acknowledge. Sometimes you know upfront that you have said or did that which has broken love or broken trust. So acknowledge it. If you genuinely don't know what has broken the trust, what has broken love, ask for them to give you feedback. If the other person has openly confronted the situation that has broken their trust, that has broken their love, the worst thing that you can become, number 1, defensive, number 2, denial, number 3, excuses, and number 4, please do not start lying. When we respond, include things like, I hear you, that I have broken your heart, I have broken your feelings, I have broken your trust, I have broken your love. I understand what you're saying. Please tell me more about the broken trust, the broken love. I can see that I hurt you, that I have broken your trust, that I have broken your love, that I have broken your open communication. I admit that I am wrong in breaking your trust, in breaking your love, in breaking your open communication. I will try my best not to break your love, not to break your trust, not to break your open communication. I will accept full responsibility for my behavior that has broken your trust, broken your love, broken your open communication. I want to be a part of the healing process in rebuilding your love, rebuilding your trust, and rebuilding open communication with you. What do you need from me? For us to build and start the healing process in rebuilding love, rebuilding trust, and rebuilding open communication. Let the other person drive the conversation. Let them ask the questions that are important to them. Let them express how they feel. Let them tell you what they need. In rebuilding trust, rebuilding love, and rebuilding open communication. If you don't do this, you are stuck in time. You are stuck in the past. You are stuck in broken love, broken trust, and broken open communication. Let's learn how to apologize to start the healing process. When rebuilding trust, when rebuilding love, and when rebuilding open communication, it is important to give the right type of apology at the right time. Just saying I'm sorry at the moment you are caught in a lie, caught in doing something wrong, tends to lack true sincerity. It can look like you're only saying I'm sorry to appease the other person, to protect yourself from negative consequences, or to bring an uncomfortable conversation to a very quick end. Apologies work best after you've given thought, consideration to what you did, done, or presumed done, and understand how your behavior impacted the other person's love, trust, and open communication. Once you have done this, you will be able to give an apology that is very heartfelt. The other person will be able to discern your sincerity, and your apology will become meaningful and answers easier to receive. Never give an excuse or an explanation with your apology. Doing this will take away from its impact and sincerity. It will likely fuel and ignite an argument. These apologies sound like this. I'm sorry, but I did it because of something that happened to me in the past. I'm sorry, but just say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Leave the B-U-T out of the I'm sorry apology. When you did what you did, I did what I did, so I'm sorry. Now you're pushing the blame on the person that has broken trust, broken love, and broken open communication, saying that whatever they did caused you to do what you did. And then at the end, you put a tag on